Hey everyone, it's Micah Fragrance here, back at it again with another banger video. As always, if you guys are interested in fragrances and fragrance-related content, please consider dropping a sub. That's simply all I do. Plus, I drop content every single day. I do a fragrance of the day. I do another random fragrance-related short. Every single 3 days, I drop a long-form video if I'm staying consistent on my schedule. I do giveaways every single 1,000 subscribers. So why not drop a sub? Please drop a sub if you guys have not already. In today's video, we are going to, wow, I did not mean to do that. We are going to be building 3 different fragrance collections, all for the price of $200. We have a Cologne collection, a designer collection, and a niche collection. More on that later. We are going to go from cheapest to most expensive though. So without further ado, let's start with the Cologne collection. This collection is all Middle Eastern fragrances, starting it off strong with Lattafa's Vintage Radio. This is a plummy, citrusy Palo Santo fragrance, cloning Initios Paragon. Very, very good fragrance, good longevity, good projection. Pretty strong and a pretty artistic release. I mean, I get it is a release, or it is a clone, but a pretty artistic fragrance coming from Lattafa. Very, very high quality. I'm not going to have the note breakdown for all these fragrances because it would be just way too much work just for this one video. More work than I want to do, quite frankly, because there's like 10 different fragrances here. But a very good, like plummy, citrusy, lemony fragrance with a nice Palo Santo. Can't go wrong with it. A really good fragrance to stand out. This will run you around $40, I want to say, like $35 to $40. The next one, this is All Haramain's Amber Oud Aqua Dubai, clone of Louis Vuitton's Imagination. Citrusy, fresh. This has a more expanded fruit basket vibe, more expanded fruity vibe on it. Very good fragrance, X-rated Parfum, good longevity, good projection. $50. So around here we got like $90 roughly. Next, for $30, we have Lattafa Kamarakawa. This is going to be a good cool weather fragrance where Vintage Radio, cooler weather, not full house, Aqua Dubai, more year-round fragrance. Cooler weather fragrance right here with Kamarakawa. Cinnamon, praline, candied fruits, vanilla coffee. Very good fragrance. Great budget fragrance as well. About $120 right here. 20 more bucks. Fragrance World's Barakat Amber Eve. Clone of MFK's Grand Soir. Very, very nice ambery vanilla fragrance. Great compliment getter. You cannot go wrong with this one. $140. Paris Corners Coconut Lagoon. $30. Bringing our total up to $170. Coconut Lagoon is an absolutely beautiful, coconutty, watermelony fragrance. There's a vanilla note in here. There's a mandarin orange note. There's a caramel note. Very, very good fragrance. Decent longevity, decent projection. Not insanely strong, but it's just very fresh, very mass appealing, and just a very good fragrance. $170. And the last one that I'm going to recommend, which we will still have a little bit of money after this collection, this is Lattafa's Fakar Black, dupe of YSLY, Eau de Parfum, but really like any YSLY. Nice, sweet, green apple fragrance with a woodsy dry down and a nice tonka bean in the dry down. So for like $190, maybe like $200, roughing it out with like shipping and stuff, you could get this whole collection. You get 3 cooler weather fragrances, 2 really good year-round fragrances, which also double as like 2 good fresh fragrances, and then another really, really good summer fragrance. So this is a very good collection right here. I would say if this is your fragrance collection, like sure, obviously it is dupe heavy because all it is dupes, but this would still be like a 9.2 out of 10 collection, at least in my opinion. Moving on with the designers, they do start to get a little bit more expensive. Starting it off with around $50, I'm going to be recommending Versace's Eros Flame. Absolutely beautiful, citrusy, ambroxany fragrance, right? You get a lot of lemon, you get bergamot, you get orange, you get ambroxan, you get a pepperwood note, you get a rose note. Very, very good, long-lasting, very masculine. This one is going to be a great cooler weather fragrance that also doubles, at least in my opinion, as a year-round fragrance. So $50 right here. $40, we have Versace's Dylan Blue. Yeah, another Versace. Great blue fragrance. You get some grapefruit, you get some amber, you get some water notes, You get some bergamot, just a very, very easy wear, kind of synthetic fragrance, but very good compliment wise, good longevity, good projection. Right here, we got about 90 bucks. Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum. Here we have an absolutely amazing year-round fragrance. Has that Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce DNA. It's woodsy. You get a nice violet leaf note. You get a leather note. Just very, very good for year-round use. So right here, we have 2 good summer fragrances, but 3 great year-round fragrances. And here is the last fragrance I'll recommend, around 80 bucks for Prada Black, bringing our total up to around 200 bucks, 50, 90, 120, 200. Prada Black, ambery, it's powdery. You do get a little bit of pepper in the opening. There's also vanilla in the dry down. This is an absolutely amazing rotation right here. I mean, you'll get a lot of compliments alone from Versace's Dylan Blue. You'll get a lot of compliments alone from Eros Flame, alone from Legend Eau de Parfum, alone from Prada Black. Like, they're all compliment getting fragrances. You are covered for the whole year. Great longevity, great projection from all of these fragrances as well. This is the designer collection. I will say there were definitely some great fragrances in that Cologne collection, but all around, we are definitely stepping it up here quality-wise. I mean, as I said, great compliment getting fragrances here. We're stepping up definitely a little bit. I'd say that this collection, even though, yes, it's smaller, goes from a 9.2 being what that Cologne collection was at, to like a 9.3, 9.4. Definitely a step up. Now, onto that niche collection. Now, last but not least, that niche collection here, which is literally just one fragrance, Sospiro Vibrato, would be my top pick for a $200 niche fragrance collection. I know that doesn't really make a lot of sense, and I know kind of, the implications of a collection are you have multiple fragrances, and I could have recommended like 2 Manceras for 200 bucks, but I genuinely think if you only have 200 bucks, you should splurge it on a nicer niche fragrance like Sospiro Vibrato or a City Rhythm or a Initio, Argos fragrance, a Parfums de Marly, something like that, instead of just getting some cheaper niche brands like Mancera, Montal, Acqua di Parma. Great if you already have an established collection and you want to get some more cheaper niche, but if you are only getting one, get something nice. In this case, I will be recommending Sospiro Vibrato. This has that DNA of like Ingenious Ginger and Bulgari Tiger. Very, very good fragrance. Smelling this, you get a lot of citrus. You get primarily grapefruit, but you get some bergamot, and then you get some ginger. I'm sure that there's some ambroxan in here as well, but primarily grapefruit and ginger is what you get in this fragrance. Eau de Parfum concentration, very, very strong. 10 plus hours of longevity, 3 to 4 feet of projection. You can wear this one year round, and you will get a lot of compliments with this one. That's just the way I would go about things. I would say if you have 200 bucks to get a niche fragrance collection, just splurge it on a nicer niche fragrance you would like. Maybe sample a couple fragrances out first and then pick something. But if you only have 200 bucks and you want something niche, splurge on something nicer. Don't get a Mancera or a Montal, because there is a chance that you might just be like, oh, it's just like a designer fragrance. When you smell something like City Rhythm or a Sospiro or a Xerjoff or a Parfums de Marly, yeah, sure, it's just a fragrance in the end, but there is some differences. And especially with like Sospiro Vibrato, I smell this and yeah, it definitely smells niche. Like, it smells very, very high quality. So this is what I would do for my niche fragrance collection. Let me know what fragrance collection you thought was the best. I'm trying to do some different videos. This was a video that kind of came to my mind. And this is just kind of a fun video, because if you have 200 bucks, you could realistically do either of those. And I think it's very interesting to put it into perspective. 200 bucks, you could get, in this case, 6 Middle Eastern fragrances, 4 designer fragrances, or 1 niche fragrance. Just very crazy how fragrances, drastically change within price. But please make sure to drop a sub and a like if you guys have not already. And again, drop a comment. Let me know the best collection in this whole video. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know maybe a collection that you guys would build with 200 bucks in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Drop a sub and a like for future content. Peace, everyone.